Long ago, in a small village, there lived a woodcutter in a small hut. Every day, the woodcutter and his wife used to go to the jungle and cut wood, which they sold in the market to earn their livelihood. They regularly prayed to God with great devotion. Dear God, please guide us to always stay away from greed and worldly desires so that we may follow the path of honesty. One day, following his regular routine, the woodcutter went to the jungle to cut the wood. But on this day, he could not find any dry wood branches to chop. He kept looking all around to find a tree with dry wood, and then he reached a tree near a well that had dry branches that he could chop. He climbed on the tree and started to cut the wood. He kept on cutting the wood, and all of a sudden, his axe fell into the well. Seeing this, he was very sad, and his eyes filled with tears. He climbed off the tree and sat near the well and started crying very loudly and said,
"Oh God, what has happened? What do I do now? This axe was my only source of earning a livelihood. How can I chop any wood without my axe? How will I earn a living for myself?"
Hearing the sound of his cries, the water fairy appeared from the well. "Hello, young man. Who are you? And why are you crying like this? Tell me, what is the matter?"
"Oh fairy, who are you?"
"I am Water Fairy, and I can help you." Hearing the tale of the woodcutter, the Water Fairy went back into the well and came back with a gold axe and said, "Here, take your axe." But seeing the gold axe, the woodcutter nodded his head in negative and said,
"This is not my axe."
The Water Fairy once again went back into the well and came back up with a silver axe and said, "Here, take your axe." Once again, seeing the bright shining silver axe, the woodcutter nodded his head in the negative. The Water Fairy once again went back into the well and came back with an iron axe and said to the woodcutter, "Is this your axe?" Seeing the iron axe, the woodcutter happily said,
"Oh yes, this is my axe. Please give it to me."
The Water Fairy handed over the iron axe to the woodcutter, who folded his hand and started to thank the Water Fairy. At this moment, the Water Fairy spoke, "Oh woodcutter, I am very happy with your honesty. God has sent me to test you. I am very impressed with your honesty and would like to give you this gold and silver axe. I also bless you that you may no longer live in poverty but lead a happy and content life." The woodcutter bowed his head and thanked the Water Fairy again and again.